coming to this. This is a beautiful depiction of Krishna on whose lap is Bheeshma. Sir, when did this happen? We are not aware. Even the B.R. Chopra also did not show that. And this Natarajan also did not show. Nagarajan did not show. What happened, sir? Now, this is, I'll tell you, in my opinion, I don't know, he didn't say it. For me, it felt like the Pietà, the Italian Renaissance that you see in St. Peter's Basilica. It's around the 1498-99 period that Michelangelo, he carved this in beautiful marble, where after the crucifixion, Christ is put on the lap of Mary. So to me, it reminded me of that. Now, where is Krishna here? So Krishna, he's got such lovely curly tresses with a beautiful Tulasi garland, Tulasi mala, and then he has Bheeshma on his lap. Bheeshma had vowed at the commencement of the battle, understanding a vow of Krishna. Krishna had said, you know about Mahabharata Yuddham, Duryodhana sought Krishna's help and received his army. And Arjuna received Krishna himself. While Duryodhana was supremely elated about receiving Krishna's army, he goes and tells to his Afghanistan returned uncle called as Shakuni. He was of Gandhara Desham, Kandahar, right? He tells him, probably in that language of Baluch or I don't know, whatever the language was. Mama, finally I've got the army. The uncle asked one thing, where is Krishna? He's on the other side. You're losing it. So what should I do now? You go say that I forgot to ask part B of the boon. You tell Krishna that he should not use any weapon. Duryodhana goes back. See, Krishna, one small thing I forgot to ask you. Krishna says what? You should not use any weapon in the war. Arjuna was surprised, shocked. He thought Krishna should not grant this boon, but Krishna said, okay, I will not use any weapon. Duryodhana went away. Arjuna came running to Krishna. Krishna, if you don't use weapon, what job will you have there? I want to go to Kargil. What will you do? I'll just see how they are fighting. I don't know how to fight. Then why will I have to go to Kargil? If you can't use a weapon, why? That is when Krishna said, I believe you have a very good charioteer, Arjuna. Yes, send him on leave for 20 days. I will be your charioteer. Because a charioteer doesn't have to use weapons. And I will be at your proximity, Arjuna. Don't worry. He sits on the chariot. So he has vowed that he will not use any weapon. The moment Bheeshma knows this, Bheeshma, the greatest devotee of Krishna, Jnaninaha alpi bhavishyanti, says Krishna. He says, I will make Krishna use the weapon. The next day headline, left hand side article. Krishna says no weapon. Bheeshma says I will make him use the weapon. We do not know who will win this challenge war. 10 days Arjuna was hitting arrows at Bheeshma. Bheeshma did it in return. And they were not very serious about the war. Krishna said, see, I volunteered to become your charioteer, not for eternity. I have my own kingdom to go and administer. Do you think I'm here to just look at you, your grandfather and you just throwing arrows at each other? I know how to annihilate this Bheeshma in this war. He jumps down from his chariot, takes a wheel that has been scattered from a chariot, lifts it up, throws it in the air and is about to leave at Bheeshma. Bheeshma puts all his weapons down and says, this is the moment I've been waiting for. I want you to kill me. I should get moksham through your hands. I don't want anybody else. That is why he raised. So Krishna was ready to lose the challenge war at the cost of him being called a liar. He wanted his devotee to win. Kudarai vellum sheer Govinda. So finally he's lying on the bed of arrows and then he listens to the news that the Pandavas have vanquished the Kauravas in the war. He has been restored as the king. He still lies in the bed of arrows waiting for that pristine moment of Uttarayana Punyakalam. Krishna is there in Dwaraka playing with Rukmini. For a moment Krishna stops playing and starts shedding tears. Rukmini asks, you generally make others cry. Why are you shedding tears? Sharatalpa gato Bhishmaha. In a few seconds from now, the Atma of Bhishma is going to depart from his body. If his Atma departs, I tell you, Rukmini, there'll be a scarcity of learned people in this world if Bhishma goes. So Krishna was extremely attached to Bhishma and vice versa. This outpour of devotion, what Bhishma had, has been given as a composition called as Bhishma Stuti. You see those verses written at the top and at the bottom. Krishna coming with the wheel towards Bhishma. Bhishma at the bottom, openly suggesting, this is Krishna coming with the wheel. Bhishma saying, please throw it at me. And Krishna saying, see, I won't do that. Though he was pierced of arrows, did he sense any pain? I do not know, but looking at this painting, no, I'll tell you why. Do you see an arrow emerged out of Bhishma's body? It's actually not an arrow, it's Krishna's peacock feather. So Krishna is telling, see, for others it may look like arrows, but I shall not cause you any pain. I'm just looking at you. My eye glances will become the beautiful peacock feathers, pierce your heart, just tingle you, tickle you, and come out the other side. Do not worry at all. So this is Bhishma who's being loved by Krishna, looking at Krishna's benevolence and unquestionable mercy, daya, anukampa on him. Bhishma starts shedding tears. You can see the tears coming down his eyes. So these two verses, Swanigama vapahaya mat pratigyam mritam adhikartum avapluto rathastaha dhritarata charanobhya yachaladbuhu haririva hantumibham gatottariyaha, and shita vishikha hato vishirnadamshaha Kshataja paripluta atatayino me prasabham abhisasara madvadartham sabhavatu me bhagavan gatir mukundaha. Let Mukunda, the one who grants moksham, take me in the path of Archis called Archiradi Margam to Vaikuntham. So be it the depiction of Vamana, then Nrisimha, then Rama and Sundarakandam, Krishna through Gopala Vimshati, through the compositions of various Vagayakaras, and Bhishmacharya has been depicted so beautifully. See, these are just 7 or 8 of his paintings from a big registry of close to 5,000 to 10,000 paintings. Right? I don't know if he's counting or anybody else is counting. You know, generally episodes go this way for mega serials, 1,838. But when you don't have content, you need to drag them. And the same Krishna here has been depicted day after day in Krishna for today in so many ways. That is when we understand creativity has no barriers and boundaries. So all that, probably I can't speak for all of you. Some of you could be artists, but I can tell for myself, I can't even lift the paintbrush, and anything that I draw will be, actually my daughter can do it better in her kindergarten days than what I do. So for me, as a person who just can admire the aesthetics and the colors and the melange that you see in front, Keshav's art is a fortune in itself. And probably, you know, this statement could be made many a times to many people, that we are very fortunate to be born in your times, though some people may not be deserving of it. But I can tell you with full hope and confidence that if I say the statement that we are very fortunate to be born in the times of Keshav, it wouldn't be an understatement or overstatement at all. It will be complete truth. And to another objection that could come, why are you praising Keshav in front of him? Does Shastram allow that? Shastram says, Pratyakshe Guravastutyat. You can praise your teacher completely in front of him. So I am completely in accordance with the Shastra. I am praising a guru of such high standards with such high caliber amidst such a learned and young audience here. So we will have the very important session now. We will have Divya speak, and then I'll